See this? Don't let that happen to your NV5600. Solution, this little guy right here. What is it? I'm gonna show you. So we're into this NV5600 here, doing a rebuild on it. And some monkey was in here before us because there are some pieces in here that are supposed to be in here but are not. There's also some stuff like, not that one. This one here. This synchro hub has been beat with a hammer and a chisel. See all the divots in there? Those aren't supposed to be there. But the main thing was this thing would not shift. And we found out the main reason why. Also, this thrust washer that goes right here, we have upgraded it with the bronze one from Torque King 4x4. Somebody put the wrong one in and has been in there with a die grinder. You can see the half moon shapes, and it is not a smooth, round surface. So that's junk. These synchros coming apart. This one was the worst one because this one was in your 5.6 synchro hub. So this was the main cause of the transmission failure. This hub goes on here like so, like that. This is your main shaft. So this is the shaft, the input shaft goes over top of right here with this pocket bearing for the input shaft. As you can see, there's some material missing there. The reason for that is simply this. This little, what's it called? I think it's called the inner race or the inner oil deflector that goes on your input shaft. So it also has this external oil deflector and an internal one. These two work in tandem to prevent this from happening.
Were they just not in there at all?
This one wasn't in there. This one's the main one. This one's the very important one.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was in there, but it is bent right here. So it's not really doing its job. But what it does, so this here is your input shaft cover. Your input shaft seal goes in here, and then this presses into this groove, and oil that gets flung around goes down into here, and the seal stops it from going out the input shaft. The input shaft goes through like this. It's also where your shims are located to shim your main shaft. The shims are on the outside there.
So what you're saying is it's very, very, very important.
Yeah, it's a very important piece of the transmission that did not get put in. So what happens is this goes down into this bearing like so. It gets pressed down in and it sits like this over that. So the oil that goes down through this gallery, or whatever you want to call it, and comes out and spills into here, gets trapped and forced through these three holes. These three holes are your oil passages for your input shaft pocket bearing that goes on right here.
So if it doesn't have that, your pocket bearing gets poor oiling.
Yeah, so if it doesn't have just this little piece of steel, there is next to no oil going into this pocket bearing. And I've seen some stuff online that there's like a manufacturer or whatever that was building them and just purposely didn't put that in because, hey, make work project, I guess. Sometimes if you're doing a lot of like stop and go traffic, it doesn't get that hot because it's still getting some oil. Yeah. And it'll last for a while. But I guess if you're on the highway, you're done.
It's just cooking it.
You're done in like a few months or something like that, and then you're into a main shaft.
Make work.
Yeah, but you can see on this 5.6 synchro hub right here that it does have some heat.
Yeah, you can see it. That's pretty.
It's had some heat go through it. So yeah, we're replacing this 5.6 synchro hub. What one was this one? This one didn't have that many marks on it, but it does have some right here. I think this is your 1.2 synchro hub. The worst one was the 3/4 synchro hub for getting bashed up. This one's on your counter shaft. So this hub is right here. That is this one. It had gotten marred up, which, like, you put them, it's not that hard not to install them. Basically, they're like an interference fit, but if you have an oven or a toaster oven, not a torch is uneven heat. So I have an old oven that was out of the house a long time ago, still worked, but
It's got a convection heater too.
It was a spare one.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a convection oven.
Yeah.
So I put them in there, put them up to like 350, because you can't go any, like, you can probably go up to 400, but you don't really need to go any higher than 350. If you go too hot, you'll take the temper out of the gear. So you take them up to like 350, and then they pop on.
It slid right on.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. And then this one here is the reverse ring. So I don't know if you can catch it on the camera, but there's teeth mushed here, and there's a lip right there. So this ring was junk. The other slider hubs come with a new ring, so we just put new rings on there. Took out all the, like, these don't even look that bad. These are your synchro sliders.
Like mesh gears, kind of?
Yeah, I forget what they're called exactly. These are synchros. These are your synchro cones. They sit in here like this. So then when you go to shift, this is turning, gets pushed onto the synchro, and then it comes into mesh and locks in gear. A lot of these don't actually look that bad. So I think somebody rebuilt it.
Just
didn't put this in.
Tools either.
Yeah, didn't put this in. Put it back in the truck. Drove it for a while. Then just dumped it because buddy bought this off Facebook Marketplace. So note, if you're gonna rebuild stuff, don't install things with a hammer and a chisel, and make sure you have all the proper pieces to put it back together so everything is going to work nice.
Also, we can tell you if you didn't use proper tools, we took the big nut for the...
Oh, yeah. This guy right here. This nut that threads onto here, I think the torque on it is like 250 foot-pounds, and I took it off with channel locks. So...
We shouldn't be able to do that.
No, you should not be able to do that. And we're also changing the reverse gear as well, because I think as this main shaft was flopping around, it also chewed the teeth here.
Not good.
So it's kind of weird. Like, basically when you're putting it in gear, this is all that is holding that just that little bit of material is what is coupling the gear.
It is kind of crazy. I mean, it's tempered
It's
steel.
still strong, but you'd think it'd be like a full tooth or whatever.
Yeah. It's like half of it.
Yeah. So that's going to be it for this. We're going to get her back together. We have both of our shafts back together here. That's the new 3/4 synchro hub. New bearing for here, new synchros, new sliders, new synchro hub here.
Carbon synchros too.
Yeah, these are carbon synchros.
A little bit different.
That's what the new ones look like.
I didn't even know they made those.
Yeah, they're supposed to be an updated synchro, and because of the carbon, you're supposed to use this stuff right here, which is Castrol synchro mesh. That is what is called for in these transmissions. Do not use anything else. I had a guy, he wanted to use Royal Purple in it because, or not Royal Purple, AMSOIL. Excuse me. I had a customer running AMSOIL. AMSOIL is supposed to be compatible with the synchros and stuff. This was an NV5600. 2 months later, he was back. His synchros were in the bottom of his pan. So we rebuilt that and used the synchro mesh. I've done a few NV4500s, but this is my first 5600, and let me tell you, it is a different animal. But yeah, we're gonna get this back together, get it back in the truck, and she should be shifting like butter. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like us on YouTube, subscribe on Facebook. Wait, no. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.